So this is Mr. Heath, and he is a former mechanical engineer. And now I'm going to interview him and ask about his job and basically the life as an engineer. Okay, so Mr. Heath, can you please introduce yourself and tell us a bit more of what you do in Costa?
Okay, I'm basically trained in mechanical engineering. My background was from oil and gas in refinery operation. So after graduating, I actually worked as a project engineer for mechanical side under M&E, mechanical and electrical kind of construction for projects for hospital medical gas piping for a short while. And after that, in that line, I moved on to another role as a head of department for engineering, but I did more on the electrical design combined with mechanical. So it's a little bit of electromechanical.
So how long did you do that for?
That one, I believe, basically around 3 to 4 years. 3 to 4 years, and refinery operation around 5 years.
Okay. So what inspired you to originally become an engineer?
My love for technical things, whether electrical or mechanical. I love to solve technical problems. I love to see how mechanically things are solved or taken apart, all the toys and things here.
So when did you start deciding that is what you want to be?
As young as 6.
Yeah, 6.
6 years old, yeah. Also, because my father is an engineer by profession, aircraft engineer, so I guess that influenced a lot as well.
Oh, okay. So, how different is this type of engineering to compare to others?
Mechanical.
Mechanical, yeah.
Well, every field and every line of engineering, whether mechanical, electrical or chemical, has its own discipline and own way of solving problems. Technically, they have the same foundation, but in more detail and in depth, they are different.
Okay, so basically the foundations.
The foundations are all the same. Basically, it's the same. The foundation, like physics, chemistry, the maths, those are all the same.
How difficult was it to become an engineer?
Not difficult. You need to do well in your technical science subjects, and my biggest challenge was not the science subject but the maths subjects. I'm poor in maths.
So talking about that, what is your education background? Where did you get your degree from?
I got my degree from University of Malaysia.
Right.
That's one of the oldest university in Malaysia. Yeah, basically I got it from University of Malaysia. It's the oldest university in Malaysia.
How did your previous studies, before universities, help you in your
Okay, when I was doing secondary, I basically went and did quite well for all my science subjects. Secondly, and all my math subjects, I also have to take additional maths rather than just the basic mathematics. So going to further secondary, like your A-levels equivalent, you have to take pure science, meaning chemistry, physics, additional maths and further maths. Yeah, those are the basic requirements for engineering.
So after doing your job, how did the university stuff actually help you in that field?
They prepare you to understand the industry better. Your foundation in the engineering, that's where it's being built, all the technical, all the theoretical knowledge. But applying it in the actual practical world can be very challenging as well.
So as a mechanical engineer, what like qualities and skills do you need to have to become successful?
One of the main quality of an engineer is they're able to think fast, multiple solutions, a lot of options to solve technical problem. Of course, being an engineer just doesn't solve technical problem, then you need to manage a lot of things. Manage the finances, the cost of the project, manage people. So it's not just only technical. You have to be quite good across all segments, whether communication, management, and time management and things like that.
So people say like being engineers and like being doctors, being science stuff are like really difficult. How demanding was it for you? Like how difficult was it?
It is challenging and demanding to get into that line, but I don't think being an accountant or being a lawyer is anything different. They are also facing very demanding kind of schedule and timetable in their career. It's just that being in the technical line is different from them being in the white collar line. I always call blue collar. Yeah.
So did you actually enjoy your job?
Yes, I wouldn't deny that I enjoy my job.
Do you think that the engineering field is actually like advancing, or is it like losing interest?
I would say it is losing interest or declining because technology keeps on developing. Now we see more and more IT-based technology, like handphones, cellular networks, Wi-Fi. They were non-existent 30 years ago, 20 or 25. So it's a new segment from mechanical, electrical to electronics and IT. So and then back then you have mechanical engineering. Later on you have mechatronics, mechanical and electronics. In future, there's also another field called biotechnology. So as technology advances, you know that jobs, some will become obsolete, new jobs will be developed or new careers. So it depends on the time era, really.
So along the way, while you were to like become an engineer, what difficulties did you face?
Studying for maths. I'm the poorest in maths. So maths is a very one of the very basic requirements for engineering.
So maths and
mathematics is my poorest subject. It's my biggest challenge.
Physics?
Maths, physics, chemistry.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't take biology because I don't dare to dissect animals.
So what difficulties did you face like after graduating? Like when you were
right after graduating, I think the most challenging thing was trying to look for a job in the first 6 months. As a new graduate, if you are experienced, people would you'll be less likely to be hired if you are experienced. So your expectation for salary must be lower.
Did you actually get a job in the next 6 months?
I did. Exactly around 6 months later.
Okay. So that was actually a bit tough to get a job.
In my case, not that bad because I had some working experience prior to my degree. So that was that had given me a lot of advantages.
Yeah. Okay. So if you were to actually employ someone who's an engineer, what qualities and skills would you want?
I would like someone who is able to think fast out of the box, not a single track mind, can give a lot of options. And that person must be able to communicate well, as well as outgoing. An engineer not only necessarily solve technical problem, but they have to manage people, live with a lot of people across all levels, from high-level management to middle management to lower management. So that kind of people I'm looking for if I was a higher engineer.
So do you think like outgoing is sometimes referred to like being practical instead of like theoretical?
Yes,
Would you
and
say like that is more important?
it's very subjective when you say outgoing. A person who goes to pub, who goes to drink and night sport, those are also outgoing. At the same time, the person whom I consider outgoing are those who like to go trekking, outdoor activities. Those are also outgoing. It depends on what kind of outgoing people, the kind of activities that you evaluate.
So would you say like practical is more important than theoretical, or like both are equally important?
Both are equally at certain times. You cannot have practical without theoretical background. You do not know what you'll be doing then. You're just doing trial and error. And yet, if you have all theories and no practice, you will not know how to carry out to solve a problem using your hands in the field. So it's a balance of both at certain times.
So do you think like this job is really benefiting you?
You are talking about being an engineer?
Yeah.
Benefit in terms of what kind also depends. As long as you are happy doing your job, yes, it's beneficial. And you are able to earn a good salary, that would also be more beneficial. Yeah. So as long as you're happy and you can earn well.
So in this kind of era, how different was it like? How different was the field now compared to back then?
Back then, a lot of things has to be done manually. There's no handheld computer, no Wi-Fi, no Google for you to check for information.
Okay.
So now, nowadays, technology has given us a lot of information on demand. In the past, 15, 20 years ago, everything was by manual. Even a simple calculation, you have to use a calculator to calculate certain equations and things like that.
So I'm actually planning to become an engineer in the future. What advice would you give like people like me or people who want to become engineers?
First, you have to build a solid foundation. So the solid foundation comes in getting good grades for all your engineering or technical related subjects, maths and science. All right. Of course, I always believe that all work and no play is not very good. So you have to balance yourself being healthy, outgoing, outdoor activities like sports or trekking or hiking. So that would expose you more in the field, that you'll be more attuned to able to work in the field rather than sit behind a desk all the while.
Okay. So would you actually recommend someone going to this kind of mechanical engineering?
Definitely I would, as long as that person feels happy doing it.
Okay.
Most important is the person must be happy and willing to do it. You cannot force a person to do something they don't like.
Yeah. So I think that's all.
All right, sure.
Okay.
Thanks, Wilson.
Thank you. All right.